I just finished watching the 6th episode of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. It's called Just Jen. My score would be a 1 out of 10. And the only reason I don't go any lower with the score is because, like, it's the same reason I didn't go lower for my scores for the earlier episodes. Things could get worse. As bad as this episode was, and it was terrible, it could get worse somehow. Basically, the A plot, if you want to call it that, is that Jen's a bridesmaid for an old friend's wedding, and there's supposed to be some good humor there, and it's not. It's fucking terrible. Then the B plot is Mallory and Nikki take on a case for this guy, Mr. Immortal. Instead of basically divorcing his wives, or one of them's a man, but instead of divorcing his wives, he kills himself, fakes his own death or whatever, because he's technically immortal. And it's about the restitution there, and it's like, it's not funny. It's the absolute worst feminist type humor, and that there is no humor to it. It's fucking terrible. I'm on the IMDb page here. This has got a 4.7 user rating. Now I know that the show just came out today, and I'm sure some people would say, well, look at that brigading going on. And I guarantee you that they are, they're discounting a lot of these 1 scores. Because if you look at it, I mean, hell, there's more 2, 3, 4 scores than there are, hell, 6, 7, and 8, let alone 7, 8, 9. Throw 10 in there. It doesn't matter. This show's fucking terrible. This episode was terrible. There was nothing happening again. Jen even joked at the beginning of the episode that it's a self-contained wedding episode. And she's like, and if you think that sounds bad, it's because it is. And everything. It's like, yeah, truer words are never spoken. Are you kidding me? It's fucking. There's a part where Titania shows up to the wedding. She's like basically a +1 for one of the groom's family members or whatever. They don't tell you, and it doesn't matter. Basically, her and She-Hulk end up fighting. If you want to call it that, they throw a couple punches at each other. Titania gets knocked into some waiter who gets knocked into a table, and a bunch of shit falls on the floor, ice and stuff. Titania trips on the ice, falls down, busts her veneers up, and then they have kind of like a funny scene, if you want to call it that, where she ends up grabbing like some fucking cake topper or something like that and walks off. This wedding sucks. It's like, oh my god, if you're a Titania fan, you gotta be so upset right now. They made her a complete joke. Not funny. Not menacing at all. It's fucking ridiculous. But also, one of the parts in the episode that really bothers me is Jen's fucking getting drunk. She's in her Jen Walters form because her friend doesn't want She-Hulk to take away her attention from her. But Jen's sitting there drinking and getting drunk. They said in the first episode Jen can't get fucking drunk. What the fuck is going on? Like, are you people really? Do you not care? Are you that incompetent that you can't sit there and maintain a consistent, set of rules for your show? Like, what the hell is going on? It's fucking terrible. I have no idea. Now you can sit there and you can discount some of these ones, although I give it a 1. But you can discount some of these ones. It's like people I didn't even watch the episode; they just gave it a 1. But you do the same with the 10s. Who the hell would give this episode a 10? Even like giving it a 9 or an 8. Like, I don't see how that. Like, how could you be that interested in this show? It's fucking terrible. I got more understanding of the people that go like 5 or something. Just because it's like, it's just not good. It's not great. It's not. And if you want, you can say it's not terrible. I disagree now because I think the show has definitely taken a downward turn. No Daredevil this week either, even after teasing them in the previous episode. It's fucking terrible. And you can say, well, it's the ratings by the demographic. Oh, big surprise there. Female. What's weird is like there's only been one woman that's reviewed the show compared to all these men. 200 some men apparently. Or I guess technically there's more, but people who have female in their profile or whatever. And you say, well, here's a U.S. user, here's a non-US. I'll link this shit if anybody gives a damn. I don't think they will, but anyway, I've already gone way too long on this episode. I spent more time just the 5 minutes making this fucking video, then they probably did right, that son of a bitch. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.